Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. Today we are playing a new game that we haven't done on this channel before, Valheim. And we're going to be doing a world that's just for you guys, so you'll see all of the progress and stuff. It's called Working Pauls, if you saw what I named it. And I'm not sure why I didn't use a new character specifically for you guys. I'm using my character Sage that I've used on a few other worlds, so he already has some clothes that I've built out of deer hide and stuff, and he already has like a flint knife and other stuff in his inventory. So I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I just didn't start off with some naked, sad, cold, unskilled person, but we have some advantages in the beginning, and I'll be switching back and forth between Valheim tips and tricks and also talking about today's topic, mental health days and taking them and just kind of mental health in general. So for our first Valheim tip and trick is just about gathering materials, which is what we're going to be doing today. Today we are just looking around, finding a place where we want to camp and just exploring basically and gathering materials, like I said. As for that, gathering materials, in order to get wood, in the beginning you'll need to be cutting down beech trees, and a good strategy if you want to be lazy and not be cutting them down forever and ever is cut down trees that are next to each other, like if it's a very dense forest area. And when you do that, sometimes the trees, when they fall, they can knock down other trees, which sometimes by knocking down other trees, they knock down the trees that are too hard for you in the very beginning to cut down, because you'll have to later on create, instead of a stone axe, which is the first kind of axe you make. Actually, no, I think the first kind of axe might be, no, a wood axe would make sense. Yeah, it is a stone axe. I think it's a flint axe maybe, and then eventually you have a copper axe, I believe. But anyways, yeah, so cutting down trees that are right next to other trees, sometimes that makes it so that so that the trees can knock down the other ones and you get extra wood with less work. So, first trick. So, I don't know why my recording equipment isn't doing the music, and so I'm just going to be making my own music, what you're listening to the background. I wish you could hear the music in Valheim because it's just so good. It's so peaceful, but it's still interesting to listen to. It's fantastic, 10 out of 10. I think that is a big reason why I really, really, really like this game. It's just so relaxing. It's a great alone time activity, great unwind from work, school, whatever. And also something else that I do to just make it easier to hunt is when I find areas that have maybe clusters of, let's say 3 to 5 animals, and the animals that we usually hunt, at least in the meadows, are necks, which are by creeks and lakes and the ocean a little bit. Which, by the way, why would you name an animal in a game like a body part? That's just so weird. But those little creatures are called necks. And then in meadows, you usually find boars. And also, necks and boars, when you alert them, they get to be a little aggressive. And so you need to make sure that you are ready to fight them because they will chase you. And then also deer, you find those in forests. And deer, you need to be very stealthy because they'll run away if they see you and they get scared, because deer. That's something I like about this game. A lot of the mechanics are similar to how they would be in real life. But anyways, to make hunting easier, you hit M for map, and I write down spawn points for when I come across those like kind of clusters of a bunch of the animals, so that if I really need like deer or boar, if I'm just wanting some easy meat, which are necks, because necks just drop meat, and then boar, they drop meat and boar hide, and then deers drop deer hide and just meat. But yeah, I put marks on the map. And then also birds, you get those for feathers, and you just kind of, those guys are everywhere, I'm pretty sure. Speaking of birds, since the only way you can get them is by shooting at them with a bow and arrow, so for shooting in this game, you need to account for, again, real-life mechanics of hills and gravity and stuff like that. But if you've played Valheim before, you might have noticed that when you're aiming just straight at whatever the thing is, like dead center, you're not going to hit that, most likely, especially if it's a bird or a very small animal from further away. What you need to do is you need to always aim just slightly to the right and, above the animal, again, accounting for gravity. So basically just a little northeast of the target, and I don't know why it's like that, and it has nothing to do with how the wind is going. It's just constantly like that. So aim a little bit to the right, and again, a little above of whatever the target is, and you'll be able to get it, since you definitely need to master the bow technique. In my opinion, the bows are just amazing for the long range attacks, especially when you get to be in more aggressive biomes with more difficult enemies, because can't talk, because there are so many creatures that you don't want to get close to you, because they hit hard and it's not fun. You would not be wanting to fight a troll in the Black Forest at its ankles. You will die. Alright, and now it's time to get into today's topic, and we'll be bouncing again here and there from today's topic to the tips and tricks. And yeah, let's get into it. So I wanted to talk about mental health and taking a mental health day. Oftentimes in society, we only pay attention to physical sicknesses, and we have sick days for work or school or for being sick, like, oh, I'm throwing up, oh, I can't get out of bed because I am having spasms. I don't know. The one that people usually listen to, I believe, is when people are throwing up, or maybe when they have a fever, or obviously, COVID symptoms. But anyway, so yeah, and I think that I wish places and schools really took into consideration people's mental health, because mental health and physical health are very linked together, and if you abandon one, it's going to affect the other. But anyways, the reason I'm actually making this video is because today is a mental health day I am taking from work. Obviously, I didn't tell my job that I'm taking a mental health day. I told them I was dizzy and fatigued and would probably cause a workplace accident, because that is true. I am a little fatigued today. I had a really busy weekend. I forgot that I was an introvert, and I should not, never, ever hang out, have 3 different social obligations on the same weekend. What is wrong with me? Why would I do that? I think I can only handle 1 social obligation per weekend, because I have a full-time job now. Well, also I have another job as well, but we don't talk about that one. 2 jobs now, we're really busy. That's also another reason why I haven't been making videos, and I am sorry if things are a little glitchy on my screen. I don't know. I think it's my internet, because I don't think it's my computer, because my computer's okay. It's working. It's doing the thing. I actually have graphics and frames per second, It's fantastic. But yeah, anyways, today I'm taking a mental health day because I just felt so depressed, because I hadn't had any time to do anything for myself, because I just spent like the entire weekend was with people constantly, and as an introvert, I can't handle that. Like, I am so introverted. I need so much time to myself to feel okay about the world and myself, and to actually handle being at my full-time job, because I do talk to people and stuff, and luckily at the job I'm at, it's one of those actually, I'm not going to say what kind of job it is, but I will say at my job, I do get to listen to music and podcasts most of the time, so that is really nice. And most of the time I don't have to talk to my coworkers, but sometimes I do, and that sucks when I have to work with them. It's dumb, but that's okay. I'm grateful. I'm really happy. I'll be able to finally move out of my parents' house next month. I'm extremely excited. I'll be out, and I'll be free, and I'll be alone. Independent introvert. I'm so excited. Another little quick tip is to break up items in your inventory. Also, I might say inventory, because the person I play Valheim with, he says inventory because the podcast he listens to or YouTube videos that he watches that play this game, they're British and they say inventory instead of inventory, so I might be switching in between those. Anyways, so to break up things in your inventory, you hit shift while clicking on whatever the item is, and a reason you might want to keep that in mind is in case you're playing with somebody and, I don't know, they want 5 of your raspberries and you have 20, and instead of just handing them 20 and then, I don't know. It's a great way to share and then break up things between your chests. So just letting you know, want to break up the things in your inventory, hit shift while clicking on the item. I first wanted to like touch on like signs that you're struggling if you're like not very in tune with yourself, or if you're just constantly trying to convince yourself that you're a machine. One of these things is if you feel sadness or depression for more than 2 weeks, because sometimes as humans we go in swings and phases and stuff like that. But if you're feeling that way for like more than 2 weeks, man, and it's just constant, just keep that in check. Notice that and acknowledge that you feel like shit, and it might be a sign that you need to take a break from whatever you're doing and just try to repair, Another thing is if you're feeling drastic mood swings, especially if it has nothing to do with real life. I know I started feeling this recently because normally I'm a pretty neutral, chill person. I can handle what's happening in life, I'm pretty fluid, taking what's coming at me. I'm a lot less rigid than I used to be. Just taking life. But this past week I was doing overtime and stuff for like every single day, and then I had the whole big too many people weekend, and I started like having anger mood swings, sad mood swings, way too energetic mood swings. It was weird, man. Another sign of, that you're struggling and you should probably take a break, a mental health day, is if you feel like your worry and anxiety has gotten like way out of control, especially if it's like something that's like chronic, it's for like most days for like maybe 6 months or something like that. Like, dude, what are you doing? Think about why you're doing this to yourself, or why are you letting certain things happen? Just, guys, please take care of yourselves. But also you need to think about the other extreme is if you start withdrawing or isolating yourself. That's pretty big. Or if you just feel like you're just disconnected from everything, and because of that maybe you are isolating yourself. Because there is a difference between taking a mental health day, taking a personal day to just be like, okay, time to hold back, relax, do some things that make me feel fulfilled, do some things that make me feel happy, whether that's reading a book, whether that's cleaning your room, whether it's doing some dishes or mowing the lawn, or maybe you're doing taxes, or maybe you're playing some games. I mean, whatever makes you feel like everything's okay. I would say for mental health days, try to do the things that will make you feel balanced. Because that's usually what I shoot for when I do these days, because it's not just a day to just veg out, or it could be a day to veg out, because maybe that's what you need in order to keep going. Another fun fact is when you find hives in abandoned structures, first off, keep your eye out for that whenever you go in abandoned structures, because those bees will sting you. They will attack. Imagine yellow jackets, hornets, wasps. They will attack you. They are very aggressive, and it's painful, and they will follow you as well. So in order to get those down, because you will want to shoot them, whether you're looting a chest or whatever, it's good to shoot them because you'll get first off a honeycomb from it, and then also you'll usually get like a queen bee, so that when you create a property, you'll be able to use that queen bee to make your own little calm, non-aggressive nest, so that you can have honey, which you can consume for food, and I think maybe you might be able to use it for potions or meals later. But the honey, it fuels you really well. Since you can see on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, there are 3 slots for food, and different food combinations give you different amounts of health, and honey is one of those great combinations that help boost you with your health. Another sign that you definitely need to take a mental health day is if you're having more and more difficulty with just, normal life struggles. And what this really means, if you're like, if how your mood is and how your brain is, if it's hurting your ability to like just function, to just survive for like maybe 2 weeks to 2 months, like, dude, you got a problem. And this can also lead to like, actually, did you know that burnout is considered an official mental illness? I forgot like what association claims that, but burnout is considered an official mental illness, and signs of that are depression, physical fatigue, cynicism, and pessimism just in general, like constant. And then insomnia or oversleeping. Changing sleep habits and sleeping habits are another big sign of, you're freaking struggling and you're compensating in bad ways. You're not compensating at all. I don't know. I think one of my main messages with this is, but maybe it's all because this is specifically for me, maybe just pay attention to if you're feeling burned out, man, because all of these honestly were me, like recently, because doing 10 hours, 5 days in a row of a physical labor job is not, and then having a social gathering for three different gatherings as a sad little introvert that needs time to myself. I was very burned out, and I was so depressed, man, and I did have physical fatigue, like even though I was getting sort of enough sleep, kind of, and I was feeling like really shitty about everything. Like I wanted just, everything was awful. I was very cynical and pessimistic about everything, and I wish I could have overslept. That would have been fantastic. Yeah. Alright, so we are nearing the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe for more, and comment if you have any ideas or thoughts, or what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see next. I'm planning on maybe doing these Valheim videos on more of a frequent basis, maybe not. But anyways, yeah, we are here. This is the area that I'm thinking about having our main house, because it already has a lot of structures around here, and it's right next to the ocean, which is going to be great because I'm going to build maybe like a dock or something, and then I'm going to have a boat, which is going to have us go out to the ocean so we can get the swamp sphere, and then the plains eventually. And also it is right next to the Black Forest, so it has easy access for that area. But yeah, so I'm thinking of having the main house here, and because there's other abandoned structures, I was thinking about putting like maybe hallways from the main house to them. I might not do that, but that was my general kind of idea of why I'm doing it here. Again, easy access to the ocean, easy access to the Black Forest. And another sign that you are feeling really burned out is if you're having difficulty concentrating. And concentration can be anything from like not being able to like solve simple life problems, or being unable to like vocalize your thoughts, which actually did happen to me. I'm dating somebody who's really amazing right now, and I feel very connected to him, and I feel very comfortable with him, which is something that's so hard for me personally to have, because I have a very avoidant attachment style due to like childhood stuff and just life, and I actually feel really okay with him, and it's completely amazing, and it's helping me grow. But with this whole mental health thing, burnout, I couldn't even explain to him why I felt so horrible and depressed. And to me, like, I'm usually really good at being able to explain why I feel the way I feel, and so when I can't even do that, I know something is really, really wrong. And so maybe that's a sign for you, like if you can't even explain why you feel horrible, or like why you're depressed, or why you're anxious, like if you can't even do that, then that can be a really big sign of burnout, and that you just need to take a day for yourself. Take care of yourself. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have good mental health. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and again, if you feel awful, take a mental health day. Oh my God, what are you doing? Stop watching me. Go do something that makes you happy. Go do something that makes you feel balanced or fulfilled, or something you've been stressed out about. Go take care of it. I don't know. Take a mental health day. I encourage it. It's just your brain, your mind. It's so important. It's so important. Do not underestimate the importance of your head. Not being able to function, take it from me, is not optimal, not the optimal state to be in. But anyways, I'm sorry this was a little bit of a heavy video, but hopefully the tips and tricks broke it up here and there. Again, my main point, you're not a machine, you're not a robot. I don't care what you tell yourself, I don't care what you think, you're not a fucking machine. You are not a robot. Go take care of your mental health. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and until next time.